Next tonight, Gemma Arterton's star is definitely on the rise. She received a full RADA scholarship, but shot to fame as a British Bond girl. For now, she's given up playing screen sirens and she's sticking to the stage, the Almeida Theatre in London to be precise, where she's currently receiving rave reviews for her performance in Ibsen's The Master Builder. Clemency Burton-Hill went to meet her.
I will rise now and go about.
The Almeida is one of London's best-loved theatres, but with only 319 seats, you'd struggle to fit the crew of a movie like The Prince of Persia in here. I'm going to talk to Gemma and find out just why she's so excited to be here. The Master Builder is one of Ibsen's late plays, dreamlike and heavy with symbolism. Harvald Solness, played by Stephen Delane, is the middle-aged architect of the title, and into his life returns the beguiling Hilda Wangel, a mysterious free spirit who could either push him to greater heights or cause his downfall. Gem, you've had this amazing year. You've pretty much got the world at your feet. Pick of any role you want. What made you decide to come to the Almeida and do this play?
Well, the Almeida has always been one of my favourite theatres in London, generally. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, a dramaturg friend of mine said, one day you'll play Hilda Wangel in The Master Builder because you are her. And I hadn't read the play, so I thought, oh, OK. And then it came up that they were doing it and that Stephen Delane was going to be in it. And, I sort of jumped on it. And then I read the play and thought, oh, my God, she's sort of crazy, this girl. She's a real devil. Oh, dear.
Tell us a bit more about Hilda, apart from the fact that she's a little devil.
The director, Travis Preston, is a bit of a Ibsen expert, and he said he thinks that Hilda is the most fun Ibsen woman to play because there's so many facets to her, and sometimes she's really sweet and other times she's absolutely, terrifying. She's otherworldly. We don't really know who she is. Is she crazy? Is she a troll? Is she a princess? Is she an angel? Is she a devil? She's all of these things.
Now, a lot of your audiences and your fans might be surprised because of movies like Prince of Persia and Clash of the Titans that you would be attracted to a play like this, but of course you were trained at RADA.
Yes.
When you were there, were you thinking this was the sort of work that you were really wanting to be doing? Or?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, they're very good at drama school generally, at not blowing smoke up your and I particularly was kind of, I would always play everything that I was never going to get cast in. I would play. So I played a lot of men and ragged characters, and then so I just never imagined myself playing princesses and goddesses and and sex symbols or any of that. Do you know how angry I am at myself?
I can't imagine. You must be furious.
When did you decide that you wanted to be an actress?
When I was about 16, I suppose, because nobody in my family is an actor, or we've had performers, but no one did it for a job, I suppose. They're very, very sort of the earth. And my dad's a welder, and everyone's very practical, but then when I was 16, I just said, oh, well, I don't know what to do. I quite like acting. I'll give that a go. But I never really imagined myself sort of doing it as a career.
Were your family supportive?
There were a few, oh, no, she's going to try and be an actor sort of thing. And then it actually started working out. And now everyone's like, you can do whatever you want. And my sister's at RADA.
No, so your sister's going into the family business now as well.
Yeah, and no, they're utterly supportive, but I can imagine it's just a parent's instinct to naturally go, oh, come on, you're doing really well at school. Can't you do science or something where there's money and,
That is one of the most valuable paintings in the world, and it is here now. We steal it, and then we fence it. You'd be able to flog it for us, Flash, wouldn't you?
Well,
You seem to be very drawn to these incredibly headstrong, feisty women.
Yeah, well, I think that's just sort of happened by chance because I go into the audition and they must think, oh, she's very feisty. She's very headstrong.
Did you always see yourself as a bit of an action girl, heroine?
Do you know, I actually, yeah, because when I was younger, I did a lot of gymnastics and I've always been somebody that chucked myself around. And then I did some circus stuff for a while. I did some trapeze and some cordelice, so I was quite strong and fearless physically. And then my mum is a bit psychic. And she said to me, when I was about 10, she said, oh, you're going to do something in the film industry, maybe a stunt woman. And yeah, it's really weird. I thought, stunt woman? Well, and then I ended up being an actress. But then when Prince of Persia came up, I did a lot of my stunts on that movie. And it was, the best thing about doing those kind of movies is getting involved with all that action. Come with me! I got a couple of injuries, which I'm very proud of. And
most recently, of course, you played Tamara Drew, who on the face of it is also quite a feisty little minx. Did you see her that way?
She pretends to be strong and confident and sexy, but actually she's a wreck. Like so many women nowadays.
She's poured herself into those shorts.
Oh!
They don't give her thrush.
I didn't particularly like the character when I first read it. I thought, well, she's a bit, I don't know, she's a bit of a... She sleeps with everybody and wrecks people's lives.
but does it with such grace and charm, you can't help
and there's something charming about her.
Any more questions?
But you're incredibly down to earth. How do you keep yourself on the ground?
Well, I surprisingly, I don't have many actor friends, and I have a very, very, very down-to-earth family who always keep me in check. But I think that's the thing. I think you have to... It's so easy when you get to a certain level of fame, I suppose, where you can't do the things that you did before because you get recognised or whatnot. And I think it's so important that you try to keep that in your life because that's where you get your inspiration from as an actor. So I do, I get on the bus and and I sort of hide there and watch people. But it's important that, and to remember that there's, you have to keep yourself in the real world. It's so important, I think.
Well, we must let you go because I know you've got a show later. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck with the rest of the run.
Thank you so much.